Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadramai, Jaya Sudarshana, Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha, Jayo Anantade, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jayo Anantade, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Tagore Premanande, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Dinamini. Om Ajnanatimirandasya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narotamam, Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirahe, Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha, Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam. I welcome all of you for the today's Bhagavatam session, and we have Shilpa Mataji, Anita Mataji, Archana Mataji, Archana Sunil Kumar Mataji, Hare Krishna, Chandrika Mataji,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Chandrika
Hare Krishna
Mataji,
Prabhu Pranams.
Krishnamurti Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Mahalakshmi Mataji, Mala Mataji, Meenakshi Shankar Mataji, Mili Mataji, Maumita,
Hare
Padmashri.
Krishna Prabhuji,
Mili
Pranam.
Mataji, you have joined first time
Hare
or you've
Krishna
been
Prabhuji.
joining for some time? Mili Mataji?
I have joined 2 sessions. Just got it. So
Welcome to this Prashanti
Hare Krishna
Mataji,
Prabhuji.
Radha Mataji, Rajalakshmi,
Hare
Rakesh,
Krishna Prabhuji, pranams.
Krishnappa, Rogini Mataji, Sandhya Mataji, Shanti Ramachandran, Hare Krishna, Sharmila Mataji, Shobha Mataji, Hare Krishna, Sudha Mataji, Suma
Hare
Manoj,
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Sunita
Pranam.
Mataji, my humble obeisances to all of you. Thank you for
Hare
joining.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
So, yes, Hare Krishna to all of you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay. So today is what, July? Okay, anybody's okay, Milli Mataji, you are comfortable reading Sanskrit shloka, or should I ask
Not
Maumita
that much,
Mataji?
Prabhuji.
Okay, you can read the translation today. Maumita Mataji, can you unmute and read the shloka? Okay, Meenakshi Mataji. Meenakshi Shankar or Meenakshi Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakristhopi Purusho Najyate Prakrite Gunaihi Avikarad Kututvan Nirgunatva Jalarkavat.
Okay, translation Milli Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Translation. The personality of Godhead, Kapila continued. When the living entity is thus unaffected by the modes of material nature, because he is unchanging and does not claim proprietorship, he remains apart from the reactions of the modes, although abiding in a material body, just as the sun remains aloof from its reflection on water. Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
Mala Mataji. Mala Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Purport by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. In the previous chapter, Lord Kapila Dev has concluded that simply by beginning the discharge of devotional service, one can attain a detachment and transcendental knowledge for understanding the science of God. Here the same principle is confirmed. A person who is detached from the modes of material nature remains just like the sun reflected on water. When the sun is reflected on water, the movement of the water or the coolness or unsteadiness of the water cannot affect the sun. Similarly, Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojataha Bhagavatam 1.2.7. When one engages fully in the activities of devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, he becomes just like the sun reflected on water. Although a devotee appears to be in the material world, actually he is in the transcendental world. As the reflection of the sun appears to be on the water but is many millions of miles away from the water, so one engaged in the Bhakti Yoga process is nirguna, or unaffected by the qualities of the material nature. Avikara means without change. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that each and every living entity, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Could you please scroll up, please?
Yeah, I've done it. It takes some time, looks like.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, just a moment.
I have scrolled up. Somebody can see, then they can continue, please.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the
Yeah.
Haribo.
Shall I read?
Yeah, please.
Avikara means without change. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that each and every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And thus his eternal position is to cooperate or to dovetail his energy with the Supreme Lord. That is his unchanging position. As soon as he employs his energy and activities for sense gratification, this changed position is called Vikara. Similarly, even in this material body, when he practices devotional service under the direction of the spiritual master, he comes to the position which is without change because that is his natural duty. As stated in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, liberation means reinstatement in one's original position. The original position is one of rendering service to the Lord, Bhakti Yogena Bhaktya. When one becomes detached from the material attraction and engages fully in devotional service, that is changelessness. Akatritvat means not doing anything for sense gratification. When one does something at his own risk, there is a sense of proprietorship and therefore a reaction. But when does everything for Krishna, there is no proprietorship over the activities. By changelessness and by not claiming the proprietorship of activities, one can immediately situate himself in the transcendental position in which one is not touched by the modes of the material nature, just as the reflection of the sun is unaffected by the water. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mahalashmi Mataji.
सयेष यर्हि प्रकृतेर्को गुणेष्वपि विषिज्यते अहं क्रिया विमूढात्मा कर्तास्मित्यबिन् मन्यते. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Namita Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. When the soul is under the spell of material nature and false ego, identifying his body as the self, he becomes absorbed in material activities. And by the influence of false ego, he thinks that he is the proprietor of everything. Hare Krishna.
Okay, next we have Vinita Singh, Mataji. Vinita Mataji, you are able to recite. Nita Varyani, Mataji. Nita Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I have to recite this shloka.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Tene samsara pagavim avaso apyeta anivrita prasangike karma doshi sad asammishra yonishu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Rogini Shetty, Mataji.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The conditioned soul therefore transmigrates into different species of life, higher and lower, because of his association with the modes of material nature. Unless he is relieved of material activities, he has to accept this position because of his faulty work. Hare Krishna.
Nandita Mataji. Nandita Mataji, Sharmila Mataji, anyone can read.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
On text 4. Arte hi avidyamane api samsrutir sa nivartate dhyayato vishayanasya swapne anartagamo yata. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vinita Mataji, you are not able to unmute, or you are in office. If possible, please read translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So did you call Sunita?
Vinita. Okay,
Hare
go ahead,
Krishna,
Sunita
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please, Namita.
Actually, a living entity is transcendental to material existence, but because of his mentality of lording it over material nature, his material existential condition does not cease, and just as in a dream, he is affected by all sorts of disadvantages. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Rakesh Prabhu. Rakesh Krishnappa. And Rogini Mataji.
Shall I read the Sanskrit
Yeah,
first or
please, please.
translation?
Sanskrit.
Ata eva sanishchittam prasaktam asatam pathi bhakti yogena tivrena viraktya cha nayed vasham.
Okay. Translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. It is the duty of every conditioned soul to engage his polluted consciousness, which is now attached to material enjoyment, in very serious devotional service with detachment. Thus, his mind and consciousness will be under full control. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamagyam Tadati Swapatantikam Vandegam Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Anvitam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुदे देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनदारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। हरिः ओम सत्सत्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय पुतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामी नामिने नमाचार्य पदाय नित्यकप्रपदाय गौरवदा दामोदाय नगरग्रामदाय। Okay, I seek all the assembled Vaishnavas here, those who joined just now and also joined earlier. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for taking your time. I've been thinking what to speak on this chapter. Last time also somebody's asked, Prabhu, what is Sankhya philosophy? Right? Because the title talks about understanding material nature. Because as I mentioned, I find it 4-5 verses, it is too much for me. Even one verse itself, Srila Prabhupada has given so much. So instead of deep diving into individual shlokas, probably we need to step back a little bit. And also it's starting of the chapter of understanding material nature. Then I thought we can discuss about what is Sankhya philosophy all about. Why should we know about this Sankhya yoga? Right? That's what the topic I've chosen to speak today. And any one of you can, you have already been hearing Dehuti and Lord Kapila's discussion and all. So what is that your understanding on Sankhya philosophy? What do you mean by Sankhya philosophy? What is that you understand? What is Sankhya yoga?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
What I understand is Sankhya Yoga is the analytical study of the soul and material nature, and the 24 elements of creation were being discussed in the last few chapters. And one question that you had asked in the previous classes is, why are we studying Sankhya Yoga? What has it got to do with Bhakti Yoga, and why is Sankhya Yoga being studied here? So,
Yes, that's a good question, right?
5.5 in Bhagavad Gita 5.5 verse translation, I got the answer here. One who knows that the position reached by means of analytical study can also be attained by devotional service, and who therefore sees analytical study and devotional service to be on the same level sees things as they are. And in the purport, Prabhupada explains as, in fact, Sankhya Yoga and devotional service are the same, because Sankhya Yoga tries to make us detached from the material elements, at the same time getting attached to Krishna in devotional service. But the technical terms, Prabhuji, this is what I can understand, but so many technical terms, like last time when you came, you had asked what is Hiranmaya, what is Pradhana, and what is Mahat Tattva. I tried to read, Prabhu, but not able to exactly find out what is the, like, all the technical aspects of Sankhya Yoga, very unclear, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Padmashri Mataji. My humble obeisances at your lotus feet. At least somebody made an effort to, at least what Prabhu said, let me go and read it. And you got exact verses which I want to discuss today. 5.5, I already opened it. And you are on dot, exactly on point, where what is that exactly, we want to discuss today. So my koti pranams to you. Thank you so much for making that little endeavor. Did anyone else make an endeavor? No, Prabhu, coming to the class itself too much, Prabhu. What you are expecting? We are coming every day, giving 1.5 hours to hear this Bhagavatam. That's itself a big task. What do you think we can go and study? Is that what you're saying? Okay, anyhow, I'm happy at least one or two people attempted to speak on that. So anybody else, vaguely, whatever you understand on Sankhya philosophy, other than Mataji, what she just defined, are there any different view? Don't repeat the same thing. Are there any different view which you have on Sankhya philosophy?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I always have this doubt of this two Sankhya philosophies, right? So there are two Kapila Devs and they said the Sankhya philosophy. The Kapila Dev, one who we read here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that is the one which is authorized, which we have to follow. That is what Prabhupada has told. And what is the other Sankhya philosophy which is said, Prabhu? So I just wanted to know, and what is the different view?
Excellent. Excellent question. I will try to attempt it today. If you're not able to complete it, because this requires about 2-3 hours of deep analysis, continued class or multiple seminars to understand this. So I will go systematically. We will see. I may not be able to complete, but I will next time when I come, I'll try to cover the rest of the things. But yes, you keep in that mind. End of the session is not covered. Probably we'll cover it in the next session. But yes, definitely I would cover that today. Thank you, Mataji. That's a wonderful, wonderful question. Wonderful pointer. I have something for that today. Anyone else? Okay, since nobody is opening, and let me ask, is that anyone has got confused when reading Bhagavad Gita? So much yoga Krishna talks about. We say Sankhya Yoga, Astanga Yoga, Karma Yoga. There are so many yogas. First of all, anyone can list whatever yoga you've so far heard, the names of yoga. You may not know what it is, but what is that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna? Because it's a yoga Sankhya. It is all about, Bhagavad Gita is all about yoga Shastra. And so much yoga Krishna keeps talking about, and I literally, initially reading it, my mind is blown up. Saying so much things he talks about, and I could not able to make it detailed. So, how many of you felt that, or how many of you can list down what are the different yogas Krishna is talking about, including the Sankhya yoga?
Can I
Hare
try it,
Krishna.
Prabhuji?
Divya Mataji?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. So Karma Yoga, it is Nishkama, Sakama, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. These are few which I can collect, Prabhuji. I'm always
Okay.
confused,
Anyone
Prabhu.
else apart from this? Does anyone recollect other than this?
Buddhi Yoga,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Very
Prabhuji,
good.
Jnana
Buddhi
Yoga
yoga.
and Dhyana Yoga.
Dhyana yoga.
Okay. Other than whatever they mention, you can mention. Okay, that is covered.
Ashtanga Yoga,
Buddhi
Prabhuji.
yoga. Ashtanga yoga is covered. Buddhi yoga is covered. Nishkama Karma
Nishkama.
yoga. Yeah, that has been covered. What
पुरुषोत्तम
Hatha
प्राप्ति
Jnana,
Yoga also comes.
Jnana yoga.
Jnana Yoga.
पुरुषोत्तम
Jnana
प्राप्ति
Yoga.
योगा
Okay, for that matter, you have to tell all the 18 chapters
Hatha
name.
yoga.
See,
Yes, Prabhuji.
everything is enters with yoga, Arjuna
Hatha
Vishada
yoga.
yoga. So don't go by
Hatha
the
yoga.
chapter title, but in terms of the branches of yoga, I use what is that? Hatha yoga. Did I hear it? Hatha yoga? Okay, somebody said.
Prabhuji, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga.
Oh, that's covered already. Yes. See, basic branches you have Karma
Vairagya
yoga.
yoga. There is Vairagya yoga, no?
Okay.
Karma yoga and the Vairagya yoga, I think. It is one of
Okay.
Prabhuji, Yukta
Vijnana
Vairagya.
yoga. There is
Vairagya, we are talking about yoga.
okay.
What else?
Dhyana yoga.
Vibhuti Yoga.
So that's what I said. If you talk about the chapter's name, 18, the 18th chapter name is it's some yoga. It ends with some yoga. Don't go only that. Major branches of yoga, if you want to summarize it. Otherwise, every chapter name is yoga only. Okay. So first, let us understand what is this Sankhya
Can
philosophy
we
all
say
about?
about renunciation also, Prabhu? That is Vairagya.
Yeah. See, that 18th chapter, it will all come. So predominantly, if you see the yoga later, we have Karma Yoga, that's a main branch. Then we have Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. These are the four major branches of any yoga anybody wants to talk about. Krishna talks in the first 6 about Karma Yoga. In the last 6 chapter, Jnana Yoga. In the middle, he talks about Bhakti Yoga, and also he covers Ashtanga Yoga and stuff like that. So these are the 4 major divisions of branches. So in Karma Yoga, you can divide it into Sakama Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga, right? And then when it comes to Jnana Yoga, he also talks about the Sankhya Yoga, the difference of the body and soul in the 2nd chapter. In the 2nd chapter, the Bhagavad Gita is called Sankhya Yoga. So the title itself, Sankhya Yoga. Then in the Ashtanga Yoga, you have Hatha Yoga, a branch where you do asanas, postures, meditation. People say Hatha Yoga. This Ashtanga Yoga is a bigger version. In the Ashtanga Yoga, one is there are 8 steps are there: Yama, Niyama, Asana. There are different asanas you do. That's called Hatha Yoga. So also this Buddhi Yoga, many places Prabhupada uses it. This Sankhya Yoga can be at a different level also. The Sankhya can be at the Bhakti Yoga also. Sometimes it's confusing how some Matajis asked, how is that Sankhya Yoga is Bhakti Yoga? Prabhupada would talk about that. In Bhakti also, he would talk about Ashtanga Yoga. The Sankhya Yoga you would talk about. And similarly, Buddhi Yoga also at various levels. It can be at the Karma Yoga level. It can be also at the Bhakti Yoga. One sense, Buddhi Yoga using Buddhi for performing devotional service. It's also Buddhi Yoga. That also comes in the Bhakti Yoga itself. So like that, there are many branches of yogas Krishna talks about. So what is that exactly? What Sankhya Yoga in Bhagavatam with respect to Bhagavatam? So today predominantly I would cover something from Bhagavad Gita. What is that Sankhya Yoga Krishna talks about? Then we come to Shrimad Bhagavatam, where what is that it means? Sankhya means here also. Both are same, but there are different topics being covered and different aspects of Sankhya Yoga has been covered in different places. Somewhere it's elaborate, somewhere it is condensed like that. But it's all this are Sankhya Yoga. So Krishna predominantly talks about in the 2nd chapter and probably in some slokas in the 7th chapter. And throughout, he talks about Sankhya Yoga. It is not only, we can say only he speaks in the Jnana Yoga, but after he seeks even Bhakti Yoga. He talks about in 5.5, if you see Mataji has told the shloka, he's also talking about the Sankhya Yoga is a Bhakti Yoga. So then 5.5. So like that, if you see that Sankhya Yoga is across Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, and Buddhi Yoga is across Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So also, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga as well as Bhakti Yoga. You can see Buddhi Yoga is also used in Jnana Yoga to a certain extent. So like that, there are different contexts to it. How do we understand? How do we understand what is Sankhya philosophy? Is that you need to understand in Sanskrit, there are various definitions for one particular word. For example, if you take karma, karma has 5 definitions as per the Sanskrit. So what does that mean by karma? What are the 5 definitions? What are possible 5 definition can be? What are those 5? What do you mean by karma? What do you understand by karma?
Activity, actions and reactions, both are called as karma, Prabhu.
That is one definition. Karma can be action. What I am performing, it is called karma. Karmanyavadikarasya ma paleshu kadashana. People say, do your duty, right? Karma means action, whatever I'm performing, action, it's a karma. Very well said. It could be a reaction. Reaction means in the past karma. Nan karma ella. I'm suffering here. Means I've done some activity. Because of that, I'm suffering now. That could be a reaction. Action, reaction. Another meaning could be a prescribed duties. So I'm a Kshatriya or Vaishya, whatever it is. I've been Shastras, they'll be enchanted with some prescribed duties. Karma one has to perform. So then it is a prescribed duties as well. Or it could be karma could be means that it can give a fruitive activity. Somebody is performing a fruitive activities to gain something. That's also is karma. And as you mentioned, both karma, action and reaction, the cycle of karma, action and reaction also refers to karma. So there is one word karma can refer many ways. Similarly, Sankhya Yoga. So you need to understand and what context when Prabhupada talks about in Jnana Yoga Sankhya. What about when he talks about in Bhakti Yoga, if he talks about Sankhya Yoga, what it mean? Because Sankhya Yoga, as Mataji was mentioning, right? There's wonderful questions he asked. Prabhu, this Sankhya Yoga by the atheistic person who talked about Sankhya, and Bhagavatam talks about different Sankhya. There is one Kapila who is not a Lord Kapila. How does it work? So this is what happens. So there are different levels of Sankhya itself. There are different definitions or different people has been trying to define. So if you see that in there are 6 type of schools in Shastra based on the Vedas, Smriti and Shruti and Smriti. So there are what is a schools of thought, which is Sankaracharya is one school of thought, right? Similarly, there were predominantly, if you take it, it is in the nectar of devotion. There are 6 schools of thought. First school is Nyaya, second is Vaisheshika, third one is Sankhya, which we talk about the atheistic Kapila who's talked about this Sankhya. This is not Lord Kapila they're speaking. So his definition would be different. Yoga, that is given by Patanjali, and Purva Mimamsa, and Uttara Mimamsa is nothing but your Vedanta Sutras based on Vyasadevs who propounded this Uttara Mimamsa, and there is a Purva Mimamsa. We don't need to get into details, but what I'm telling is that there are different places this Sankhya has been explained, and Sankhya is also very important aspect of it. So when we see this diagram where uh, some places Krishna is talking about Sankhya Yoga as Jnana Yoga, analytical study of body and soul, especially second chapter. Then he talks about in the 7th chapter more about this, how this he created this material universes for this 24 elements of it. Then he would talk about Bhakti Yoga in that aspect in the 7th chapter as well. So there could be different definitions of Sankhya. You should not be bewildered by, okay, you should not confuse like how the karma can be multiple definition. Even for that matter, Jiva, Atma has a different meaning in Sanskrit. Atma refers to our soul. It could be a super soul. It could be mind and intelligence and body. It could be this universe, Atma. So Atma can be in different contexts, different meaning. How the karma is different meaning in different contexts. So it is based on the context you need to understand this Sankhya philosophy. So having confused all of you, how many of you still clear what I'm talking? Can I proceed further? Are there any questions? I've not yet gone to the
Prabhu,
still
can you
Sankhya
just,
Yoga.
just now you were saying about the atheistic Sankhya and Lord Krishna Sankhya, right? So can you once again give a glimpse of that, Prabhu? So
Yeah, we will cover that. We'll cover that. But what I'm telling is I'm trying to cover where and all the Sankhya is coming into picture, where and all we can refer. So basically, I'm taking out all the various places in Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and this 6 schools of thought established by various acharyas. Basically, they're trying to find out how this world is created. Basically, Nyaya means why it has come. Okay, if there is a water, okay, who created the water? Oh, it's coming from mountain. So how does mountain comes from? Where is the water comes from? Oh, from the ocean it evaporates and becomes a cloud. So who creates a cloud? So this is the why aspect of it. Vaisheshika is, I'm not sure, I forgot. Sankhya is more of studying the material element. Oh, it's made of Panchabhutas. Okay, this material entire universe is made of 24 elements. There is nothing else. That's a atheistic Sankhya philosophy. There is nothing more than this 4 material elements. Yoga is talking about how to connect oneself to the supreme, the impersonal aspect of it, more of thing we can say, liberated from yoga, how detached from these material elements. They go one step saying how to be detached. Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. Uttara Mimamsa more of a Vedic authentic school of thought. Shrimad Bhagavatam comes from that Uttara Mimamsa, where we talked about Vedanta Sutra. We talked about the Brahman realization. That's where this Bhashya on Vedanta Sutra was finally accepted. This evaluation. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purva Mimamsa, these are all elevation to one school of thought, one school of thought. Then finally Uttara Mimamsa came, which is on Vedanta Sutra, where Again, there are different acharyas talk about different tattvas based on the Vedanta Sutra, what they talked about. Then Advaita philosophy is what Shankaracharya, he would write commentary on Vedanta Sutra, saying that on the Uttamimamsa, Advaita means Dvaita means two. Advaita means there is no two, means which is one. Everything is one. Agam Brahmasmi, you all me are same. Dvaita, Dvaita Advaita. Nimbarkacharya say will say then Suddha Advaita Vishnu Swami, and Ramanujacharya say Visishta Advaita. Dvaita is Madhava. Madhava says no, there are two, Jiva, Paramatma. Like that, then Baladev Vidya Bhushan, we come in Gaudiya, Brahma Bandha Gaudiya, we talk about, Mahaprabhu talks about Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. Baladev Vidya Bhushan, and they have written commentary on Vedanta Sutra as well, Govinda Bhashya. That is our reference for the Vedanta Sutra. So everybody takes Uttara Mimamsa as the base and they write their own commentaries itself. And that also different schools of thought. So we follow this Achintya Veda Veda Tattva, Baladev Vidyabhushan, Govinda Bhashya is what we follow predominantly. So, Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, the previous slide, it was, Uttara Mimamsa, I don't know whether I understand it correctly. So it is telling about the Vedanta Sutra. That's what you meant. And the Purva Mimamsa?
You don't need to go deep into the schools of thought because we will deviate from the Sankhya philosophy. It's again sort of little non-atheistic, or it talks about the liberation part of it, but it doesn't talk about a personality aspect of it. More of that. So we will come to that. That's also a little bit of atheistic side. So what is I'm telling is there are different references being given and different scriptures. But if Nectar of Devotion, if you study all the 6 schools of philosophies will be explained, including Sankhya, which is atheistic philosophy basically. But Bhagavad Gita talks about different levels of Sankhya, and also Bhagavatam talks about Sankhya philosophy. For example, 3.56 chapters, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, and 6th chapter, Maitreya and Vidura conversation. Vidura, after Hastinapur was humiliated, he comes to Maitreya meets. Again, they talk about the Sankhya section. So if you want to read through Sankhya, then you need to see what is this perspective, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, and 6th chapter. And of course, we are reading our 26th and 27th chapter we started today, the teachings of Lord Kapila. The previous chapter and the current chapter talks about the Sankhya section of it. Then also there is Uddhava Gita, 11th canto, 24th chapter, when Krishna was about to leave. And he is again instructing to Uddhava on Uddhava Gita, and he talks about again Sankhya section of it. So then also there is a place where you can read at 11th canto, 13th chapter, Hamsa, when the 4 Kumaras asked their father Brahma, please explain me this material universe and some creation. Brahma could not able to answer. So he said, let me take you to the Hamsa avatar. The Hamsa is speaking to these 4 Kumaras again about the Sankhya philosophy. So first thing is understanding where and all the Sankhya philosophy comes, because you might get confused. One place, one definition would have been given, one type of interpretation would have been given. So basic understanding of everyone is that, oh, Sankhya is analysis of material elements. It is not only that. Sankhya philosophy is beyond that as well. So that's what I'm trying to establish a point, where in the Uttara Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, or Sankhya, here it is just a material element, nothing more than that. But in we talk about the Kapila Dev's teaching or the Bhagavad Gita teaching, Uddhava Gita teaching, the definition of Sankhya is little different. So first thing is, let us define what is Sankhya philosophy. Then we will see what are the different places, what are the different definitions of Sankhya philosophy is given. Then you get the complete understanding of what is the complete Sankhya philosophy. Is that okay, Mataji? Okay.
Yes,
So
Prabhu, yes.
this
Got it.
comes in Bhagavad Gita. Somebody can volunteer. It's a wonderful thing. This entire chapter is called Sankhya Yoga. Text number, especially from I think 2.12 to some 20 slokas. Krishna talks about various soul, Atma, because Arjuna said, Krishna, I don't want to fight. Then Krishna chastise Arjuna, saying, what kind of person you are? Do you think you are this body? They are not the body. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, whom you want to save, they are different personalities altogether. And their body is temporary. Anyhow, it will die. If you don't kill it, somebody, other warrior will kill it, or they will, anyhow, old age, they would die, or the body has to die. So why you are thinking that you are destroying the body? You're not destroying the body. And Krishna would say, in the soul, the soul cannot be. Arjuna generally has a lot of weapons. He would have fire weapon, water weapon, ether weapon, sound weapon, like that. So Krishna understood, and he said, no, this soul cannot be even cut by the knife. It cannot be withered by water, withered by the air, or it cannot be moistured by the water. And he would explain the soul, saying that, what do you mean by that? You might have some special astras, but that astra can also kill the soul. Do you think by astra you can kill Bhishma Pitamaha? Maybe he's in this temporary body. And you come out of this materially concept. The Dhira is not worried by the body. And like that, deginasmi nida degi komaram evananchara tata dehantra prap dhiras tatrana muhyati. There are so many shlokas he would talk about, and those sections, very important sections about convincing Arjuna about you come out of this bodily platform, right? There's a spirit. But the Sankhya philosophy of the atheistic Kapila is that they would stop only at the material element, saying that, okay, what is this universe made of? Panchabhuta. Okay, what else is there? The Panchendriyas, Karmendriyas. Okay, these are the elements. That's it. Beyond that, there is no one else. And that's how the Vedic Sankhya philosophy is stopped at. The material universe is made of this. There is no controller. They don't accept the controller. But Bhagavad Gita, Krishna goes beyond one step. He defines this next level. Okay, there are material elements. Of course, there are some spiritual things. Spirit, soul is there, Atma is there. So in this shloka 2.39, somebody can read the translation purport and for me and shloka as
Shall
well.
I
This
read,
is
Krishna
interesting.
Prabhu? Can
Read,
I
please,
read?
please. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thus far, I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive results. O son of Pritha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works. Should I read the purport also, Prabhu?
Yeah, please.
Hare Krishna. According to Nirukti or Vedic dictionary, Sankhya means that which describes things in detail, and Sankhya refers to that philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul. And yoga involves controlling the senses. Arjun's proposal not to fight was based on sense gratification. Forgetting his prime duty, he wanted to cease fighting because he thought that by not killing the relatives and kinsmen, he would be happier than by enjoying the kingdom after conquering his cousins and brothers.
Okay, we can stop here. I think somebody raised a hand. I don't know, from Dubai. What was her name? So, Mataji, you had any questions or you want to read?
No, only want to read, Prabhuji.
Okay, no problem. So, this definition, Sankhya, it is taken from here in this shloka. That's what I want to say. So, the also 5.5. So the homework is that you have to read 2.39 and 5.5. Especially these two shlokas talks about heavily on the especially 5.5. Mataji, you can read the translation, Mataji, 5.5.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. One who knows that the position reached by means of analytical study can also be attained by devotional service, and who therefore sees analytical study and devotional service to be on the same level, say things as they are.
So one definition of Sankhya is the atheistic is that there is no God, right? It's all matters, it's made of matter. Matter is this, Panchabhuta. The next aspect Krishna is talking, that is the prelude to the bhakti. Once you understand, oh, there must be some controller, right? That's another aspect you need to understand, Arjuna. Then you will be able to come to the level of bhakti. So here Bhagavad Gita talks about different level of Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy is not just, as I said, Atma. It's not only the karma is not only action reaction. It is beyond that. Similarly, the analytical study of Sankhya philosophy doesn't limit with its this the material elements, it goes little beyond. So this definition of Sankhya philosophy, can somebody read this, please? Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna. What is Sankhya? Sankhya, that by which true knowledge of things, Vastu Tattvam, is perfectly samak revealed kyayate. That is a perfect process of knowing. That which describes things in detail, that philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul. Nirukti Vedic Dictionary. That which explains very lucidly by analysis of the material elements, etymological meaning.
So this
Prabhupada
definition
just
comes, yeah, this definition comes again, I said 2.39 and 5.5. So according to Nikruti, the Sankhya means that which describes things in detail. So this is taken from the references there. So basically Sankhya is, doesn't matter, it is a nature or anything, any subject matter for that matter, you analytically study. This is the process of perfectly analyzing or knowing something. It could be anything. It could be matter, spirit, or it could be any part of the aspect of spiritual life. Something analytically you do. Analytical study is called Sankhya. Sankhya is the process by which you know anything, not only the material things, elements, anything which you analytically study. After Vastu Tattva means this subject matter of the knowledge of something, you want to know, then you use Sankhya. Sankhya means analytically study. Break down into elements, break down into components, break down into atoms, understand, go in deep, saying what is it is made of, how it is functioning, what is the characteristics of a particular water, let's say water, what is the characteristics of a water, if it is a fire, what is the characteristics of a fire, going in deep, analytically studying something. There is a process. It is the line of studies or the method or process by which you study something. Then, as per the Nirukti is the Vedic dictionary, that which describes things in detail. That philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul. That's what it means. So the Sankhya is the process by which you get to know something. Is that clear? Any questions so far?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I just had a question like when you were showing this 5.5, so it says about this one who sees Sankhya and devotional process, devotion service to be sees things as they are. So can you define this, Prabhu? What does it mean?
So the next sloka talks about that. Now Bhagavad Gita 2.11 to 30 and Brahma Samhita 5.1 and also Gajendra prayers. From this we can understand the 5.5 basically. Why it is devotion service and analytical study, they will, by understanding analytical study, how one devotion service one you can understand. As I mentioned, the definition of Sankhya is that the world around elements which world is made of. So what is this entire world made of? So everybody will question. First thing is that why I'm here, what is this made of? Then the second aspect is that Krishna talks about in the Bhagavad Gita, right, in the 2.39. Hey, Arjuna, this is not only the Atma, there is a spirit is there. You can't kill the spirit. You can't neither moisture it nor cut it. You can't burn it. There is something also spirit. This is also definition of Sankhya. Sankhya is not only stops at the material world, how it is made of, what are the elements. It is also somebody goes beyond it, saying that okay, after matter, what is there? Is there something matter? It doesn't matter. If there is anything else, yeah, there is a spirit. Spirit can be anything. It could be a soul. It could be on the Paramatma. Anything on the spiritual side other than the material. What are the other things other than material? Then somebody will try to understand it. Now, the third aspect of is that once understands there is a matter and spirit, oh, then there is a spirit means there is a soul. Oh, okay, who created the soul? There are many souls. Who created this? Oh, this is Paramatma. Oh, Paramatma, what does he do other than the creation? Does he do anything else? So, Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Sachidananda, Vigraha, Anadiradir, Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Oh, that Paramatma is a spirit, but he is the one, not only that, Sarva Karana Karanam. He is causes of all the causes. He doesn't have any causes. So this is the understood. What to be known when you analytically study in the Sankhya, there are three aspects. Don't stop at the material element, go beyond. Apart from material element, are there any non-material element, I mean, other than material element, which is spirit? Okay, I understood the spirit. Now, who is the root cause of these two spirits and matter? Who creates it? What does he do? That understanding is the complete understanding of uh, the Sankhya philosophy. So that's what when we say, when you learn this fruitive activity, sorry, when we say Sankhya, which leads to, where is that, 5.5, when Krishna says that the analytical study should lead to devotion service, he says, when you read the third aspect of it, beyond this material aspect, who is the creator? That's also part of Sankhya definition. Then one sense, if you see that it is leads to devotion service, it talks about the Bhagavan. To know that both the root cause of this spirit as well as matter is Bhagavan, that's what Krishna says, go beyond that. It will lead to Sankhya, invariably should lead to a prelude, or it is part of bhakti. You would know once you understood the matter and spirit, then obviously you ask who is the creator. That way it is Sankhya philosophy is devotion service. Is that clear?
Yes, Prabhu, very much clear. But I have one more follow-up. So, how do we understand this Jnana Yoga with this Sankhya Yoga? So, because here in Sankhya Yoga, we are learning about, we are saying that it is an analytical study, right? So, the in-depth study. So, then how to connect this with Jnana Yoga?
So one thing you have to understand is that what is the definition of bhakti in as per the nectar of devotion?
अन्नाभिलाषित शून्यं ज्ञानकर्मादि अनावृतम् आनुकूल्येन कृष्णानुशीलनं भक्तिरुत्तमा.
Please understand, bhakti anyabhilashita shunya means zero desire. Anyabhilashita. Jnana karmadi anavritam means he never said jnana karmadi sunyam. Rupa Goswami did not use sunyam word. In bhakti also we do karma. In bhakti also we do jnana. Understood? Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam, which is not adverse to bhakti. Jnana and karma, which is not averse to bhakti, we follow. As a grahastha, we go on earn, we do some karma activities. Not that we leave everything and we just go to the forest. Devotee means leave everything, but we devotile to Krishna. So in that again, karma yoga, when we talked about initially, right? Nishkama karma yoga. What is sakama karma yoga? Sakama karma yoga is still you attach to some fruitive activities, but you're trying to deliver it. Nishkama karma yoga is don't expect anything, but you just do as a duty for Krishna, detached from us. That is called Buddhi yoga. So what was your question? What was I trying to explain?
About jnana related to Sankhya.
Yeah. So similarly, you need to understand bhakti includes some part of jnana. Unless you know you're a soul, you're a body, that knowledge is not there. You're not developing. You're not reading this Shrimad Bhagavatam. Shrimad Bhagavatam is a knowledge, jnana aspect of it. Who is Bhagavan? What is my body is made of? Who is this material element? It is jnana aspect of it. So you that is favorable for developing bhakti. Tomorrow, if you want to chant your bhakti, nice chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That helps. A person chanting without knowing this aspect, a person who is knows that and chants, there will be a difference, right? Will there be a difference or not? With this jnana of this material universe, Sankhya philosophy, a person tries to chant, simply chants mechanically. But
Yes,
other person also understands, oh, understand Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, is creating so much material elements, so much opulence he has. Oh, I'm chanting to satisfy Krishna. I am the eternal soul. Jiva Rasorupa Krishna Nityas. That time, when you realize this jnana, science, to Vijnana, you realize it. That time you chant, that's where you will have more attachment. That's why we say keep hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Why? You keep repeating again glories of Krishna. That time when you chant, then it becomes perfect. Of course, devotion service is just chanting is enough. But in order to chant properly, you need all these things to understand Krishna much better. So that way, Jnana Yoga, Krishna says Sankhya philosophy about the analytical study of the soul. The 2.9 entire chapter, Krishna talks about what is soul, what is body. He talks about that jnana. That's why I said, is there anything beyond in this world, matter and spirit? Exactly, Bhagavad Gita 2.9 talks about, sorry, exactly 2. Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, talks about exactly this spirit. Oh, you're not the soul. Sorry, you're not the body. You are the soul. Soul is eternal. Body will die. If you don't kill it, somebody will kill it. Anyhow, you can, Bhishma is not the same person. It is not the body. All those analytical study of jnana aspect of it, that comes under jnana. That's why it is jnana yoga. So Sankhya philosophy is a study of body and soul. So that jnana is
Okay.
required. So anything favorable to jnana for bhakti, it is allowed. That's pure bhakti. You can't define as jnana. We never say that jnana is very bad, karma is very bad. We don't say that. The definition talks about anyabhilashita shunyam, other desires shunya, but jnana karmadi anavritam, which is not against the devotion service we perform. Now, if you understand the definition of bhakti, then you will see this in different perspective. Is that clear? Anukulena Krishna Nasinam.
Yes.
But you can still think like Kamsa, thinking about Krishna is Smaranam. Oh, he's doing devotion service, is part of devotion service. Smaranam 24/7, then as he's doing it, then he adds another word. Anukulena Krishna Anusilanam. It's favorably, you should think about it. So, this definition of Bhakti, Rupa Goswami, we can do a seminar for, 5, 6, 7. Every word has a meaning. Every word has importance to it, attached to it. It's not just added like that. So if you go deep into understand what is real definition of bhakti, then you will appreciate this definition of Sankhya Yoga when Krishna says why it is Bhakti Yoga. Because anything which favorable to understand Bhakti Yoga, if you want to chant, if I understand this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam nicely, then I will be able to chant. So it's Bhakti. It's part of Bhakti.
Okay, Prabhu. Yes, I could relate somehow. What I understood is the Sankhya Yoga is the philosophical, means the analytical study, which means the Jnana Yoga part. So, which means the understanding of what you showed in the slide, right? So, understanding of the matter and spirit. Yeah.
No, the Sankhya
So that
is
comes.
Sankhya is knowing the material element. Second thing is what is beyond material elements is a spirit. Third aspect is who is the root cause of the both. That's what the Bhagavatam talks about. So the Sankhya philosophy, the basic philosophy's definition starts at the first definition, world around, atheistic Kapila. But after that, Krishna and Bhagavad Gita as well as Shrimad Bhagavatam, what Vyasadeva talks about is two aspects of this body, and there's a spirit, and the spirit is controlled by the root cause of all these causes of all causes is Krishna. So also in the 8.3.15, wonderful prayers by Gajendra. Namo Namaste Akila Karanaya. You are the causes. Nishkaranaya Adbhuta Karanaya. Sarvagamanaya Maharanavaya. Namo Apavargaya Prayanaya. So here also it talks about, oh my Lord, you are the causes of all causes, but yourself has no causes. Then you say, Krishna, who is the cause? Who created the cause? That's we will see later, probably next session. I don't know. Today is already time's out. Therefore, you are the wonderful cause of everything. He also talks about, I'm paying obeisances to you because you are the causes of all causes. So this aspect also need to be studied in our Sankhya philosophy. Then it is complete Sankhya philosophy. Otherwise, it is partial Sankhya philosophy.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, got it.
Okay, we will stop here. It is time already. I didn't realize it. It's already 3 minutes past the time. So over to you, Mataji. I went very slowly, but this Sankhya will take another 2-3 sessions. I don't know how much I'll cover, but we will try to keep covering as much as possible. But remember these aspects, go and dwell into this shlokas. And also, if you want, I would suggest to read 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, 7.7. 2.39. Can you note it down? 2.39.
2.39.
5.5.
5.5.
7.4.
7.4.
7.5.
7.5.
7.7.
7.7.
So if you read and come, it will be nice. and we can go faster into the next chapters and things like that. Thank you very much. Over to Mataji.
Thank you so much for touching upon this very important topic. Prabhuji, we always come across Sankhya Yoga, and all we know about Sankhya Yoga is analytical study of soul and body. And we've never gone deeper or beyond that. Now, seeing that so many shlokas on and off it used to come, but we never paid so much attention to this topic. Thank you for touching on to this topic, Prabhu, and making it so clear to us. Devotees, anybody has questions? Prabhu, can we take questions?
Yeah.
Please raise your hands if anybody has any questions. Though Prabhuji has asked many questions because we were asking in between. Yeah, Padma Shri Mataji, please ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you also explain some technical aspects that we are coming regularly? I mean, like in every class, this Pradhana, Mahatattva, Hiranmaya, such terms also please explain, Prabhuji. Either now or in
if I don't know, Krishna's willing, if I have next session I'm able to do, I will cover that. But it takes time, because if I rush it, then you will not be able to understand. So once I've just touched the definition of Sankhya, then we will go into details of material elements. That time I would cover that Pradhana, Mahatattva, different 24 elements. What are those elements? Then I relate to how does it leads to one understands a bhakti. So those aspects are there. But in quick, if you want to understand, is that so the Pradhana is unmanifested form of material elements. So there is Mahavishnu as a Jiva, the living entity, who when he breathes out, so many universes comes. Pradhana, in the sense, the modes of material nature, it is not manifested state. It is inactive. It is all one. Pradhana is one lumps. Last time I gave an example, Atta. With Atta, you can create chapati, puris, samosas, different aspect of it. So Pradhana is unmanifested form of the material elements, including 3 modes of material nature. When Kala, Karma, Svabhava is infused along with Jiva into Pradhan, it takes some time. Then it converts into Mahatattva, the 24 elements, what we talked about. Then influence of this Ahankara in goodness, passion, and ignorance, the various tanmatras, senses, panchabhutas, it's all created, which would be covering it in the next session. So right now you need to understand just this definition of Sankhya.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your association.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Devotees, no more questions? We will be ending the session now. Prabhu, with your permission, can I do the prayers and end the session?
Yeah. Vancha kalpatarubhyash.
Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Pranam, Prabhu.
Right.
We'll end the session. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.